I'm with Joelle. We're out at Smithberry Barn, and it smells delightful in here, Joelle.
It does. Nothing quite beats the smell of basil, fresh basil.
Absolutely. And we have the whole spread out. So, people that are at home, that have all of this basil that's coming on their yard. Pesto is relatively easy to make.
It is very easy, and we actually put it in just about every single meal during the summer when it's in season, because when it is in season, you want to take advantage of it. So today, one of the things that we like to do is we have to make sure that we keep picking it. So we're kind of constantly out there every few days picking the tips off to make sure it'll keep growing.
Right.
But once we start to get a little bit frosty, we're going to lose it all. So we need to take advantage of it.
Right, because I know mine starts going to flower pretty quickly.
Exactly.
So you want to make sure you keep that flower
Keep those
pinched
picked off, and then that's what you can make your pesto with.
Okay.
So today we're going to make a pretty good sized batch that will then also be able to freeze to use in the winter.
Which is great to have it fresh.
Exactly. So we have about 4 packed cups of fresh basil leaves, and we do pick the leaves off of the stems.
Okay.
Some people opt to keep the stems in, but we like to just have those fresh leaves. And then we're going to use about 4 to 5, you can use your judgment here, what you like, of garlic.
The garlic, yeah.
And then we're going to add our Parmesan cheese.
And you're shredding your own Parmesan.
Yeah,
right?
so we shred the Parmesan first. Usually I add it at the end, but because we don't want to run the machine while we're talking, I'm going to add it right now.
Okay.
But normally I do pulse the basil and the garlic together first. It's not going to hurt the cheese though at all. And then basically what we need to do is just pulse this. If we were choosing to use nuts, which we do have a lot of different options for nuts, you can get creative. Pine nuts are the traditional.
Right.
You can also use cashews, you can use hazelnuts, you could use walnuts if you wanted to. You can also use different herbs. So we have some parsley here today if you wanted to add some parsley to it. You can definitely get creative.
So you can just, and you said you could also omit the cheese too if you wanted to do that.
Exactly. If I'm freezing, the reason I'm not adding the nuts today is because I'm freezing it. I also like some of my recipes to not have nuts in them.
Okay.
So I'm making it without the nuts but with the cheese. If I decide to not use the cheese, I'll just make a little note on my freezer container what it does have in it so that I know what I'm choosing.
Okay. So it sounds like a pretty versatile recipe, and you can change it up however
It's
you want.
also very forgiving, so if you are a little short on something and you do a lot to taste. So we're going to mix this up, and then we'll do a little bit of the olive oil to get it to the right consistency.
Okay. So now that we've added our oil and we've got it blended to the consistency that we like, now what do we do?
So what we're looking for is this nice pasty, but a little bit of, you want to be able to see some of that olive oil in there. You don't want it to be too dry. And so then I'm just going to take my scoop, and this is a silicone muffin tin or muffin pan, but I really like it for freezing. So it makes portion controlled sizes. I can pop this into the freezer, then I can pop them out once they're frozen and put them in a freezer bag, and then this is what we'll take out all winter long.
Which is great. I've seen people use like ice cube trays and things like
exactly.
that too.
Anything that works for that. In fact, the canning jar can also be frozen, so if you'd like individual sizes like this will hold a little bit more.
Okay. And then you'll keep out as much as you want to use
exactly.
Fresh.
Yep. So we today are going to have some tomatoes.
Yeah, so it looks like we got some bread and some tomato over there. So that's which is a super easy recipe to use. So
this is just a nice little appetizer. It can be dinner. We'll do some pesto spread on that bread.
And a little fresh tomato out there. Top
it with some tomato. You could also add a little mozzarella to that.
And then you guys have the basil and the tomatoes are out in the farm shop stand right now.
Exactly. So You Pick is open for our tomatoes right now.
Okay.
And then the basil, we cut it ourselves, but we do have that available in the store as well.
Which is great. So, it's best if, people want to get recipes like this, or to get more information on, hours of operation and when you pick for signing up for those
Exactly.
slots.
We're reservation for our U-Picks. You want to go to our website, you'll find all of the information, how to make a reservation to come out and pick.
Right. So, so more information about everything you've seen today, you can go to the Smithberry Barn's website, or you can go to gardentime.tv and we'll click you over. Joelle, it smells great, and I can't wait to dive into that.
Thank you.